Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rita. So for today's video, I'm gonna be sharing with you my recommendations for the very anticipated Sephora VIB sale, which is coming up very close. It'll be starting from April 1st to April 11th, depending on where you are in the, I guess, Rouge Tire, depending on how much you spend on a calendar year. You either get 20% off, 15 or 10. If you've never shopped the Sephora VIB sale, it is honestly one of the few times that you can get a very good discount in makeup, skincare, and basically anything that Sephora sells. Usually Sephora is going to be one of those places that you can only find more expensive or more pricey brands. Like comparing it to Ulta, Ulta also carries drugstore. You don't really have drugstore at Sephora. So whenever they have a sale, I like to take advantage of it. This year, I'm gonna be shopping a little bit different because I am in a low buy year. So I am literally only shopping for the most essential items, which my wish list is between 3 or 4 things. That's it. But today, we're gonna be discussing my very favorite products from Sephora. I don't wanna sound too repetitive, so if you're familiar with my channel, you probably already know a lot of the products that I love and use all the time. I will be leaving in the description box down below my latest Sephora VIB recommendation video and also probably my top favorite products from the year, because that'll give you a better, a better idea of what I really like and use. So I switched to cruelty-free just a year ago almost. So all the products that we're gonna be talking about are gonna be cruelty-free and they are amazing. Before I get into the video, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. It's super easy. All you need to do is hit this little red button that says subscribe, and be sure to also hit the little bell so you get notified every time that I post. If I don't mention a product here that I've mentioned in the past, it doesn't mean that I don't love it anymore. I just don't want to be mentioning the same products over and over. That's why I'm gonna be linking a couple of videos down below. So just if you're curious and like, oh, what about that other product you used to love? I still love it. It's just I don't wanna mention the same products all the time. So I feel like I haven't given much of a mention to this product specifically. This is gonna be one of those products that could be considered a primer or could be considered a base, a mixing situation. So we're talking about the Wonder Glow by Charlatay. I'm gonna be mentioning the products from kind of like method of application, starting from primer all the way up to whatever brows. So that's kind of like how I always like to do this kind of videos. So the first one is going to be the Wonder Glow. I love this product. This is called the Instant Soft Focus Beauty Flash. So it's not really a primer, like it doesn't have the primer name on the product, but that's how I use it. I like to use this as a beautiful base. Like I'll first go with this and then I just move on with my foundation, so that's why I consider it a primer. But you can also use it to mix with more matte foundations. You can use it as a one and only product. So whenever I am going for those no makeup days and I want my face to look a little more glowy, a little more radiant, I'll just throw this in, maybe some mascara, brows, and I feel absolutely beautiful. I really love this product and highly recommend it. Now let's move on with the one and only foundation I'm gonna recommend. I of course love so many others and I just don't want to mention them because it'll be like too repetitive. So this year I feel like I've tried, we're only almost at April, so 3 months, and I've tried like 4 different new foundation kind of products. So the one that for sure stood out, it'll probably be no surprise if you are a follower or a subscriber. So the Charlatay Beautiful Skin Foundation, this is brand new. I believe it was released in January and I do have a first impressions on it. I'll leave it linked down below if you're interested in watching that. And here it is, just an application. It is beautiful foundation. I feel like the name definitely does it justice. It is going to be a more satin finish. So if you don't like the super glowy, she does have a very glowy foundation on her line, which I have right here as well. This is the Light Wonder. I really love it. It's another favorite. Also highly recommend. I don't want to get too much into that because I always mention it. But this is like her in between. Like she has a very glowy, which is the Light Wonder. Then she has a very matte foundation, which is the, I can't remember the name. I have it back there too. And then I feel like then she came out with this one as a more in between. So for someone who doesn't like that extreme glow, this is going to be a beautiful one that will just give the most flawless satin finish to your face. And you can definitely amp up the glow if that's what you like by maybe mixing it with the Wonder Glow, or maybe mixing it with the Hollywood Flawless filter. Or if you like more matte, you can always just use a more mattifying primer. So this is a beautiful foundation. I highly recommend it. We have two concealers that I've been really loving, and they are brand new, and I haven't really talked about them before in like recommendation videos, so I thought they would be perfect to talk about them right now. The very first one is going to be from Tarte. This is really a corrector, but I've been really loving it. If you have dark under eye circles, or if you have discoloration like I do, I have no pigment around my eyes, so underneath my eyes you can see a lot my veins. So I've been using this as a first step. I'll like kind of like cover the veins that are like very green and almost purple blue, and then I'll go with a concealer, which this is like the combo that I've been using and loving lately. This is by Kat Von D, or now I think it's called KVD Beauty. This one is the Good Apple Concealer. I've got mine in the shade Medium 146, and then this one is Light Medium. So these together have been an absolute wonder. I have vitiligo on my skin, so I always look for concealers that are gonna cover and give me a uniform tone in my face. So these two have been really pretty together and separate. But if you have just darker under eyes, definitely check this corrector. It is so beautiful. I have two highlighters that I would like to talk about. The first one being an older one, just older release and older in my collection, but I feel like I haven't talked about this in a while, so I wanted to mention it. This is the Rare Beauty, the liquid luminizer in the shade Flaunt. It is super beautiful golden highlighter. It looks a little bit dark on the component, but it is super pretty. I have it right here on my hand, swatched. I did use the other one that I'm gonna talk about in a minute on my face, so I wanted to swatch it for you. It's super pretty. It is very blendable and easy to blend, so you'll just literally apply it with your fingers, or if you want to use the dough directly on your face, you can just literally blend fingers. You can use it with a beauty sponge. You can use a brush, and it is super easy to blend, and it gives the most beautiful natural glow. The one that I love is like the glowing from within highlighters, and this is definitely one of those. The next one I have is gonna be by Merit. This is another beautiful highlighter. This was actually sent to me by Merit, so a big thank you once again to Merit. This one is the Highlighting Balm, and I've got it in the shade Cabo. It is such a stunner. It is what I have today on my cheeks, and you can see here the application. It is also very easy. I love this kind of products that you can just apply directly on your face, and it's not going to move or even remove the product that you have underneath. So like I was mentioning earlier, since I do have vitiligo, I do use a lot of concealer, corrector, powder to cover the whiteness. So whenever I use a highlighter like this that I can just draw directly on my face, I really love that it's not gonna move the product underneath. Another beautiful product, very easy to blend with your fingers. You don't even have to like pull on your skin. It is so easy to blend. You literally just tap, or you can also use, of course, a beauty sponge or a brush. It looks super pretty, and the glow that it provides, I mean, you can see it right now. It is super beautiful. I do have it on the top of my cheeks, my nose, on the side of my face, on top of my brows. It is so beautiful, and it is another one of those products like the Rare Beauty that it just seems like you're glowing from within, and instead of just having like a highlight stamped in your face, which I absolutely love. Skipped the bronzer. I don't know how I missed that, but I always use first my bronzer, highlight, and then blush. So for bronzer, I wanted to shout out one that's I feel like no one talks about this anymore, but it is such a good one. This is the Milk Makeup Matte Bronzer. This one is in the shade Baked. So this is what I like to use as a contour. I do have, of course, other options, but this is another really good one, and I haven't talked about it in a while, so I wanted to use it today. You can see here how easy it is to blend. You can draw all over your face directly and then go in with a brush and blend. It blends very easy without any issues. Even if your kind of like product has been sitting in your face for a minute, it just doesn't It gives you, or it has a lot of give that you can blend very easily, and it's not going to kind of like ruin your makeup because you didn't act too fast. It is very beautiful. I feel like this is one of those products that, although it's considered a bronzer, I love to double it up as a contour and a bronzer in one, which I love this kind of products because it'll give me that shading, that definition on my face without being super harsh. Let's move on with blushes because I do have 3 of them that I really love and I highly recommend. I was mentioning earlier about Merit. This is the one that I bought with my own money before they sent me like the whole packet. So this one is in the shade Cheeky, and it is such a beautiful cream blush. One of those that's also more kind of like balm type. You can either go directly on your skin or apply it on your hand and then go with a brush. It is very easy to blend. This has been my go-to for those no makeup days. Whenever I just want to apply, let's say, the Wonder Glow, I'll throw this in my cheeks, giving a beautiful a beautiful blush to my face, and then mascara, eyebrows, out the door. It is super easy. I'm not gonna use it today. I have a little clip of using a different one because I've already used it like twice, kind of like back to back on my channel, so I wanted to use a different. Another older favorite that I feel like I haven't talked about it in a while is gonna be the Fenty cream blushes. This one is in the shade specifically Crush on Cupid. It is an absolute beauty. I do own 3 of them, and although they are a little bit older, these are just a beautiful blush. Very, very easy to blend. You can also use your fingers or a brush. This is definitely one of my favorite products, and is the one that I use today on my cheeks. You can see here the application. It is very easy. I love using a more denser brush, but very soft, to apply this product, but it is so easy to also use your fingers or a beauty spray. For eyeshadows this time around, I'm only gonna mention one little palette. I know this is kind of odd, but I feel like at every VIB Sephora sale, I always tell you, go ahead and get any of the Charlatay quads. That definitely stands. I love Charlatay. You probably already know. Any of the quads that you go for, they're gonna be an absolute beauty, so I highly recommend them. And of course, my beloved Eyes to Mesmerize are another huge hit in my collection, but I always also mention them constantly. So for today, I want to mention the Natasha Denona, the Mini Nude Palette. This one, I believe I purchased during last year's Sephora VIB sale, so around November, and I haven't stopped using it. This has been like my go-to eyeshadow palette. It is of course what I have today on my eyes, and you can see the clip. Whenever I don't know what to do with my makeup and I want to do like a quick makeup look, this has been my go-to. It is just a beautiful array of brownish with you know, that little bit of an orangey tone. It is a beautiful warm neutral palette. It is so small that it takes away all of the thinking from you, so you just know that you grab this palette, go ahead and use whichever of the shades, and the shades are going to just perform beautifully. Very pigmented, very blendable, just very soft to the touch. So this little palette is a winner for me. Another great product that I've been really loving for, I don't even know how much, but this duo has been on my brows every single day for months at this point. I think I've already mentioned this, but I just wanted to recommend it. If you like the more feathery kind of brow, and if you like your brows to stay in place all day, this is the best combo. So the Anastasia Brow Wiz, or this is, I'm sorry, the Brow Wax Freezing Brow Freeze, there we go, that's the name. And then switching it up or combining it with the Tilbury, the Brow Lift. These two are a beautiful combo, and this is what I've been using for months, and I would not change it for a thing. Once I got into this combo, I realized this was the best ones to give me that beautiful look that I love with like the feathery brows, and I just fell in love and I'm not looking back. Let's finish up with lipsticks. So you probably already know, if you're familiar to my channel, I absolutely love anything Charlatay and Lisa Eldridge. You probably can see them back there. Those are my Charlatay, and up there are my Lisa Eldridge. Those two are my favorite high-end lipsticks. So from the Sephora VIB, of course, you can get any of the Charlatay, and I highly recommend. My favorite formula is gonna be the satin. I don't want to talk about this anymore because I always say how much I love them. But a new discovery is going to be the new Merit lipsticks. These ones are the Signature Lip. I want to talk specifically about the 2 ones that I have. So I've got Cabo, which is a beautiful red, so pretty for the summer. This is going to be like a more orangey red. This one is in the shade Cabo. I've also used it a lot lately on my channel, so I don't want to go too much into it, but it is beautiful. They're a very nice, comfortable satin formula. And then the one that I'm wearing today is going to be in the shade Millennial. Another beautiful product from Merit, which is probably one of my top from the line. It's going to be their Tinted Lip Oils. I absolutely love this one. This one is in the shade Pink Beat, another one that I did purchase with my own money. I highly recommend it. I do also have it today applied on top of the lipstick. It is so comfortable and soft on the lips. It is one of my favorite lip oils that I've ever tried. It is just a beautiful product to wear on its own, to wear on top of lipstick. I just really love it. I do have another shade that I have also right here in the shade Marrakesh. I feel like this one is a bit more brighter, a bit more on the orangey side, also perfect for spring, but your everyday, this one in the Pink Beat is just a beauty. I find myself gravitating more towards lip glosses once spring and summer arrive. I feel like on the fall and winter, I go more for like more matte or satin formulas, but on spring and summer, I want my lips to be very juicy, so lip gloss is definitely the way to go. So I have here two formulas that I really love. The first one, more affordable option, is by Tower 28. This one is in the shade Oat. This is their, I believe these are the jelly. So Shine On Lip Jelly. Super comfortable, not sticky at all. They last a very long time. This shade specifically doesn't give you much color, but it's like a very milky peach, which I really love. And then we also have the Fenty formula. We already all have heard about this one's. Super comfortable. This one's in the shade Fenty Glow, and these ones are the cream glosses, so they give you a bit more of pigment but still that beautiful gloss that I really love from her line. With the whole, I don't want to be repetitive on my recommendations, I am not going to be mentioning anything skincare because I am a creature of habit. Once, especially in skincare, once I find something I like, I continue to use it. So my skincare routine hasn't changed in a while, and I've been using the same products in my rotation. So those are going to be all listed and mentioned on my previous Sephora VIB recommendations. So that's going to be linked down below in case you're wondering why I didn't talk about any skincare or what would be my recommendations. Another product that I always highly recommend for you to get whenever you get a bit of discount, even if it's 10% or 20%, will be a perfume. So this time around, for me, sadly, I'm not gonna pick any perfumes. We go back to the whole low buy year, but I do have two that I would like to recommend in case you are wondering or wanting to add a perfume to your collection. I really recommend it whenever you can get some discount because perfumes for the most part are on the more pricier side. So even if you get a 10% off, that's still a pretty good deal that you normally don't get. So this one is one that I got on my last Sephora VIB sale. This is by the brand 7 Virtues. This one is Santal Vanille. I don't particularly love this one for spring and summer. To me, vanilla is a more fall winter scent, but you can see how much I've used it, and I bought this in November. This has been my one and only perfume since I bought it. I've used it constantly. Every single time I'm using perfume since I got it, it's been this one. And my second one, which is going to be my perfume for the spring and summer, is going to be Wild Poppy by Nest Fragrances. Another beautiful bottle. Look at how pretty that is. And Nest also has different perfumes that you can pick from if this one is not like your cup of tea. This one is going to be the perfect for spring. This is the one that I got on my last year's VIB, so 1 year ago on the spring event, and I used it literally every single day, just like I did this one for fall and winter. This was my last year's spring and summer. Every time you would smell me or any perfume I had since I bought this one, it was this perfume. So this was my spring summer and this was my fall winter. Okay, you guys, so that's gonna complete this video. It's gonna be a long one. I wanted to keep it short, but somehow we ended up having a very long video as usual. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below, or maybe not let me know, because then I'm gonna be tempted. I am trying to be good and I will just buy a couple of things for this sale, but let me know, what are you getting? If you have any recommendations, I'm pretty sure anyone would like to hear about that. I am gonna try to hear but not buy anything because I have a big goal in my for this year, so I'm gonna try to save as much as I can. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, like always, please give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!